Friends, welcome back. So today we'll continue on our journey of alternative classic martinis. Today we're doing the Tuxedo, another martini I had never heard of before I started this journey. And when I started doing research into it, it was really interesting because there are multiple variations of this drink. So much so that some of them are actually numbered, right? So you have like the Tuxedo number 2, the Tuxedo number 3. Today we're just doing the classic Tuxedo. This is one of those that, just like the Alaska, is a vermouth alternative martini. History goes, it was started this is a Waldorf Astoria bar cocktail. And the history goes, this was from or I should say it was named after a community in the, I guess, Jersey City adjacent area. It was a suburb, and it was one of the early experiments in the country club living, right? So consider, basically think of Stepford without the robots. And this was a place called Tuxedo Park. They actually invented at the time, I guess it was the latest in formal wear. It was the tailless suit, also known as the Tuxedo. Anyways, enough about Tuxedo Park. But like I said before, it was on the outskirts of Jersey City. So what would happen is you would have all these people that lived in Tuxedo Park and would work in Manhattan. So they would go commute, take the train in, and they would catch the train. I guess I don't know which station it would be at, but apparently what would happen is they would go, and before heading back to back to Tuxedo Park, they would stop at the Waldorf bar to have these cocktails, and they would have the Tuxedo. The Tuxedo, at least the version I'm making today, the classic original Tuxedo, is 1.5 ounces of London dry gin. Today we're using Gordon's, and a 1/2 ounce of dry sherry. Fino Sherry. There are different types of sherry. At some point we'll probably be doing a sherry primer. Way down the road, when we get past cocktails, when we get into like the actual specific types of alcohol and things like that, but just know it's out there. Today we're making this one. It's like I said, it's the Tuxedo, Fino Sherry, dry gin, and orange bitters. Today's dry sherry, today's Fino Sherry is going to be 1000 pesetas. And then, as usual, we're using Fee Brothers for our bitters. So let's go ahead and make the cocktail. I always start by chilling the glass. And while we're here, we might as well load the mixing glass. Set this aside while it chills. So like I said before, we're doing 1.5 of gin. And like I said during the Alaska video, if you guys haven't seen the Alaska video, check it out. This is another one of those cocktails that basically shows you that the vermouth hatred is nothing new. It's always been a thing. It's, these are alternatives to the classic martini, so much so that we're basically using the same specs. One dash of bitters. All right, we're going to stir vigorously till chilled and well combined. I don't know if you can see it. I might get closer to the camera when I pour this, but like the dry vermouth, this has a very slight golden color. Does not have that bright yellow color that we had with the Strego, or the chartreuse for the Alaska. That's interesting. I leave my glasses to chill a little bit longer. I gotta figure out. Oh, slime. Sorry about that, guys. And the garnish is a piece of orange peel. Let's see if we can get this. Peeling citrus is my, I don't know, I want to say Achilles heel. Oh. Yeah, no, that did not work out at all. Let's try that again. Oh, there we go, there we go. No, that was horrible. All right, well, no, third try's a try. Let's try that. No, it's 3 strikes are out, right? Yeah, close enough. All right. This one's the best piece. Sad, really. That's not going to express anything, but so we're just going to kind of pass it around. That's what actually I thought I was going to get, because the peel on this one looked like it was nice and oily. All right, so let's go ahead and try this, and I'll let you know what I think. So bouquet-wise, smells like a martini. Doesn't have anything special. I'm getting the gin. I'm not getting anything off of the sherry. Flavor-wise, I find it really interesting that people would call this an alternative to, you know, like a vermouth alternative, because you're getting the same sensation from the Fino Sherry, the dryness. It's got a very interesting flavor. I like it. I actually really like this. I can't explain it. It's so I can't imagine doing this with like an olive. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I just lack the imagination for it right now, or also it's my first time trying it, so maybe that's why I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around it. But it's got a really good flavor. It's got a savoriness to it, so you know it might actually be really good with olives, with the onion. The citrus does come in, sitting in there, like it's got a little bit of a finish that I'm getting from the cocktail, like a certain brightness, I guess is the best way to describe it. But the actual flavor is it's interesting. And there's nothing savory in this. I haven't added salt. You know, some recipes do call to add, well, not for the Tuxedo, but some cocktail recipes say, oh, you know, add brine, add saline solution. There's a martini recipe that is sitting on my martinis to make list that is actually an MSG martini. This doesn't have anything like that. This is literally just, well, you saw the ingredients. It was gin, it was the Fino Sherry, and it was the orange bitters, and none of those really have savory elements to them. Yet this has a very savory flavor. Like this is exactly what I look for before dinner. This is something that I want because I'm like, okay, I'm eating, you know, I'm drinking this, and my appetite's open. I'm ready for, you know, I want crackers, I want bread, I want what the Italians call the aperitivo, right? You know, this is something, you know, I'm ready for my 4-course meal with this cocktail, which is dangerous. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. I wish the citrus would have peeled a little bit better, so I would have been able to express it. I feel that the orange oils would have actually give because right now I'm getting just a touch of the orange, and I think with just a little bit more it would like really, you know, round out the cocktail. I don't know, it would definitely, it would only enhance what's here, and I'm a big fan. But again, I actually like the flavor of vermouth. I like the taste of a wet martini. So so I don't know. I recommend trying this. Again, I'm stunned because, like I said, the reason why I chose these alternative classic martinis was because these were drinks where people were drinking them to get away from the vermouth, because, oh, you know, vermouth, I don't like vermouth, yet I don't know, it's pretty close to me. This was a pleasant surprise. This was unique, especially after the last episode's Alaska. It wasn't that I didn't like it, but it's not necessarily something I would really enjoy drinking before dinner. It's a lot. It's a lot. You know, that's all I can say about that drink. That's a one and done. I don't see myself pounding, you know, 3 or 4. Mind you, shouldn't pound martinis to begin with, but should the occasion call for it, you know, I don't see myself pounding 3 or 4 Alaskas. I could see myself pounding 3 or 4 martinis, 3 or 4 Gibsons, 3 or 4 Tuxedos. This is actually really good. I'm pleasantly surprised by this one. I'm very excited. I'm going to finish this off camera, guys. As always, like and subscribe if you're enjoying this as much as I am. Please let me know. Right now I'm talking to myself, which, you know, makes me feel like I'm hosting an episode of Dora the Explorer, something like that. You know, where I'm just asking you guys, can you say map? Yeah, exactly. Anyways, if you guys are enjoying the content, please let me know. If you guys are not enjoying the content, you want me to move on, get away from the martinis, I'm still trying to figure out what's next. I have one more classic martini to make, which I'm really excited about. That one's going to be a long episode. You know, this one and the Alaska episode were pretty short by comparison. But I'm going to ramble on. So, you know, on my next episode, you know, prepare yourselves, guys. You know, bring popcorn, because I got a lot to say about the Vesper. And then after that, it's kind of going to be a whirlwind of cocktails. We're going to be doing the Neo Martinis, or the Martinis in name only. You know, the Lemon Drop, the Cosmo, the Espresso Martini. I have a few variants that I'm planning to throw in there. Both official, like, widespread cocktails and things I picked up along the way. And then, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what's next after I finish the martinis. So if you guys have any ideas, if you guys have anything, if you want me to get into, like, the old fashions, if you guys want me to get into the highballs, if you guys want me to get into champagne cocktails, whatever it is, put it out there. Maybe I'll set up a voting feature so I can kind of get some feedback from the audience. Some audience participation would be great. So, but either way, guys, I'm going to finish this off screen because I already feel this actually hitting. So, you guys have a great night, and cheers.